Okay, so today I'm going to give you guys my review of the LA Sparks and Seattle Storm game. So first off, I talk about Kelsey Plum. So she finished it today with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. She had 1 steal, 50% field goal percentage, 6 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the 3, 5 of 5 free throws, 3 turnovers, and 70.4% true shooting. So this was a bounce back for Kelsey Plum. I told you on the last game she was terrible, only 4 points. Part of that is because of Valkyrie's defense, and also her shots just were not going in worth a damn. But you know what? Today she bounced back. I told you guys, when Kelsey Plum's shots go in, she's fun to watch, and she's one of my favorite players to watch. It's just the free throw merchant shit that kills me. But Kelsey Plum's shots went in today, and I think that was one of the huge parts that kind of shifted momentum. Some of the shots that she was able to get in the first quarter, which I'll talk about a little later. So, I think her shots going in, Kelsey Plum getting hot today obviously makes a huge difference. And also, I just think that her playmaking was great this game. So many times just making the easy pass, and she had like some behind the back passes, which I thought were really cool. But yeah, Kelsey Plum was a difference maker for today's game, 100%, and one of the best players on the floor. Now we look at Dearica Hamby, 19.7 rebounds, 2 assists. She has 2 blocks, 61.5% field goal percentage, 8 of 13 from the floor, no threes, made all of her free throws, 3 turnovers, and 66.3% true shooting percentage, So I thought Hamby for the most part played well today. She missed some really easy layups. Like, it was like 4 or 5 times. It was like right at the rim and it just rimmed out. But then toward the end, she had 2 back-to-back layups, which were huge to steal this game and everything. And I will say, I don't get why they put Dominique Malung on her for 2 consecutive possessions. The first time she got cooked, and looking at the replay, that might have been something she should have got an and one on for the first time. And then you do that again, put Nneka back in the game. No shade, because... But, so like I said, she was missing those layups, but in clutch time, she really came through. Just able to get the shots to go, and again, another difference maker for today's game. So, she was huge. Got to give a shout out to Cam Brink today because I thought she played really well. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steal, 1 block, 83.3% field goal percentage, 5 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 threes, made all of her free throws, 1 turnover, and 101.7% true shooting percentage. So yeah, she played well. She mentioned that her offense is something that she has to work on and everything. And I think that it was very important that she did well today because it wasn't Rakia's best game, which I'll talk about later. But just getting the threes to go and just getting some stuff at the rim, cashing in at the free throws. Defensively, you understand what she's going to bring with the blocks and with the pressure she's able to put on as well. Like people said, she kind of has to do better with the foul trouble for personal fouls. So I will say that, but she was getting them threes to go, and someone who made a big difference, especially in her time. Only 11 minutes played, and she had 14 points. So I thought she played really well today. We look at Rakia. Rakia finishes with 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. 25% field goal percentage, 3 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 5 from the 3, 1 of 1 free throws, 2 turnovers, and 36.2% true shooting. So yeah, last game, it wasn't her best, and today, it just was not great, just missing the shots from the field. I will say, there was this one play, right? And so, Ray Burrell, I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but Rakia was wide open for a 3, and Ray had all those people on her. Why wouldn't you kick it out to Rakia for the 3? Okay, I'm trusting more from Rakia than Ray. So yeah, I think she'll bounce back. I think that she is a huge piece for this team, and I think to be successful, they should play through her, because when she has a good game, it just opens everything up. So yeah, it wasn't her best. Everyone else was able to step up luckily and do enough, and she'll probably bounce back the next game. She did have this one great 3 in the first quarter, so I like that play. Now we look at everyone else for the LA Sparks today. Azurá Stevens, 22 minutes, 15 points, 8 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 75% field goal percentage. So yeah, for the most part, when I watched her play, she's played well, just getting those easy shots to go at the rim. I think she had some crafty moves, if I remember correctly. Able to get the 3 ball to go normally, so yeah, this was a good game for Azurá Stevens. She's been good this season. Julie Allemond, 30 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 50% from the floor. So yeah, from the floor, Julia Allemond is not great from what I've seen this year. However, in every other way, she makes up for it, especially at the end. There was this one play, I think they were trying to inbound it to Skylar or something like that, and then she jumped the passing lane, got the steal, and boom, sealed the game. So that was a huge play. And yeah, she had 3 steals. So getting stuff done, she's good with the assist game as well. I still maintain that LA needs a point guard who can score more. I know Kelsey Plum is kind of a combo guard. Kelsey Plum really plays shooting guard for this team, and occasionally she can play point guard as well. But yeah, that's what I think. Now continuing on, we have Ray Burrell, 20 minutes, 8 points. I can't see the rest. Ray Burrell just pisses me off. I think she had a three in this game. She had a few good plays, but there's just sometimes where it's like, girl, you gotta stop shooting the ball and you gotta kick up the ball more. Some of the times when she drives into contested situations, you want to take contested layups, and some of her shot selection I think was continuously poor, especially tonight. I literally tweeted, I'm like, bro, put Ray on the bench because she was selling. She was selling. So she has some good moments, but she was doing too much. Then finishing it off, Julie Van Loo, 13 minutes, 4 points, 2 assists, 3 steals, 50% field goal percentage. This is a tweet that stood out for me today. It said, look at how the Sparks players didn't give up and put all the pressure on one person when they were down. Exactly. If you watched the Dallas Wings game earlier, you know what happened. Bro, this one too. And then my friend Corey retweeted it and said the Revenge cycle predicted this, bro. We have an ongoing joke about Ray Burrell and Satu Revenge. It's so funny. It's so funny. Because they tweeted the other day, I think Ray Burrell might have had a good game, and they were like, Satu, you're next. And then Satu played that day, and Satu had a great game. But I just think this is a funny, like, ongoing joke that we have and everything. And Satu did with that revenge rest of the season against Dallas, and, like, that's one of the funniest moments of the season. Now we look at advanced metrics and box score for today's game. So in the first quarter, the Storm outscored 26-14. So in the beginning, the Sparks could not get a shot to go. And like I said, that's the problem with them, is that when their shots are falling, it is not good for them because their defense is ass. And I say this every time I review the Sparks. And so they just couldn't get any shots to go. I thought that the Storm were playing really good defense at the beginning, just jumping the passing lane, getting steals, and the Sparks just kept making bad passes over and over and over again when there's a defender right there to jump the passing lane and just not enough space at all. Like, they just kept making bad decisions, right? And so then toward the end of the first quarter, then the Sparks really started cooking, okay? I think Kelsey Plum, she had a bucket. I think she had another bucket after that. Rakia hit a three, and they really started getting momentum. They were just running down the floor in transition, and they just had a reinvigorated energy, and it was the spark that they needed, no pun intended, at the end of the first quarter. So once they did that, like, that's what really put them in the game, and they were just really competing and hustling the rest of the game. So there was that. Second quarter outscoring 32-19. So just love to watch what they were doing in that second quarter. Third quarter, the Storm outscored 24-22. And fourth quarter, Sparks outscored 26-22. We look at biggest leads. Storm had an 18 lead, I think, in the first quarter, and I can't see the Sparks lead, but they had a lead in the second quarter. And then we look at runs. So Storm had a 17-0 run in the first quarter. Sparks 26-7 run from the first quarter to the second quarter. It's in that run that I was talking about. And then also the Storm had a 12-2 run in the fourth quarter. I will say we had some good buzzer beaters this game. It just came to mind. But Brittany Sykes had a buzzer beater to close it out as well. Like, there was multiple buzzer beaters. So I think those are fun. I think that those are fun. But we had some good ones in this game as well. You see that run in the fourth quarter. Best player streaks, Nneka Ogwumike with 7 and Kelsey Plum with 8. So now we look from the field for the Storm. It was 37-78, 47.4%. So yeah, that's not that bad. It's not that bad. Sparks just shot better today, 34-64. Doing a better job of sharing the basketball and shot selection. Some of the shot selection, like I said, from Ray Burrell, and them at times was very questionable to me. I will say those things, but just shot better today. And then you look at the three, way better from the three, 14-27, 51.9%. Storm were 9-24. Storm is notoriously not a great 3-point shooting team, which is why I get you guys one easy FUD, but Wings family, we and her. And I do have my PSA shirt on today. And then also it's the fact that you have Cam Brink hitting threes. I think Rakia had a three, Kelsey Plum, like everybody, even Julie Allman got some threes. So when everyone's just, hitting from that, it makes a huge difference, and they're very big on the three with their coach. You look at the free throws, 12 of 13, 92.3%, and then they were 8 of 9, 88.9%. And then we have turnovers, 20 turnovers to 14. I did not realize the Sparks had this many turnovers, but it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because this was a close game until the very end. Just so many bad passes and decisions with the basketball, and that's also the Storm's defense, but 20 turnovers, child. This is Chicago Sky territory. You look at rebounds, 36-37. So both teams did not do a good enough job of rebounding the basketball. To assists, 25-23, blocks 3-1, defensive rebounds 23-20, offensive rebounds 7-12, and then points off turnover 16-24, and then I think this is, I forget what the stat is. So then we continue on, fast break points, so 23-12, so way better in transition, just getting those easy looks and cashing in on that a bunch of times. Second chance points, they were better, 21 of 12, and then the steals 13-10, and personal fouls 17-11. So why do I think that the Sparks won this game today? I really think that after they had that run in the first quarter, for the most most part, they didn't look back. Like, yeah, there were times where it got cut close. There was times where it got tied. But they were just always able to make that extra play, that extra pass. And I really enjoyed the way that they were sharing the basketball, setting that pick and roll, and just trying to get better shots. And when the shots go in for the Sparks, like I said, they're really fun to watch as well. And they were able to have enough defensive plays to make something shake. Like I said, I really still don't like them as a defensive team. But Julia Alaman with that steal was huge. We had some blocks in there. So able to do just enough to kind of squeak by this game. Dearica Hamby with those 2 layups to seal the game, I think certainly helped as well. And so, yeah, I thought this was fun. And I thought that they did what they needed to do. He got Kelsey Plum hot again, which was a huge difference for today. I think Dearica Hamby actually had a decent game last game, if I remember. Rikia still not her best, but Cam Brink stepping up and kind of filling that role as well as Ray. Like, they kind of were just playing more like you expect the Sparks to play when they get hot in transition, when they're able to get the ball to go through the hoop. I mean, that's really what the Sparks are about. That's really what they're about. They shot great from 3, so I think that that's ultimately why they end up winning. And there was also this one play at the end that I'm just not remembering. Brittany Sykes, who did she foul? I think she fouled Kelsey Plum. That was such a bad foul to do, especially at the point in the game that she did it in. She cashed in on both of those free throws as well. So they did enough. I thought it was fun. Now we go to the Seattle Storm side. So Brittany Sykes finishes with 27 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 52.4% field goal percentage, 11 of 21 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the 3, 2 of 2 free throws, 5 turnovers. That is ridiculous. And 61.7% true shooting. For the most part, she played well. I will say this, bro. The whole game, she kept waiting for that whistle. And somebody said this, but the second you left Washington, you're not getting that whistle, babes. You're not getting it. I posted that video on Twitter, that meme. She wants the plane. There's no plane. You're not getting no whistle. Like, I know she was so happy when she finally got to the line tonight because, child, they were like, you're not getting to the line. You have to understand you're not getting to the line. For the most part, I thought she played well. I think she had a buzzer beater, some layups. She had some really nice plays today. Like I was kind of saying, that foul, and when she had the foul, that was a bad time. And some of the offensive possessions weren't my favorite. Some of the shot selection wasn't my favorite. But, she played well today. She made a difference offensively and defensively. Turnover still bad, but overall, it's a good game for Brittany Sykes. Now we go on to Nneka Ogwumike. So she finishes with 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 41.7% field goal percentage, 5 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 4 from the 3, made all the free throws, 1 turnover, 54.5% true shooting. Oh yeah, so for the most part, I thought she played well today. A double-double for Nneka. Like I said, I don't know why they didn't have her on those 2 possessions with Dearica at that point in the game, and you let Dominique Malunga be on there and everything. You should have had Nneka on her for that position. That's probably one of the only people that can actually match Hamby size for size, besides Dom. But yeah, I didn't get that, but for the most part, I thought she played well today. Always having some nice plays, getting some stuff to go. We go on to her actually. So Dominique Malunga finishes with 20 points, 11 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 75% field goal percentage, 9 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 1 from the 3, 1 of 2 free throws, 3 turnovers, and 77.6% true shooting. So yeah, she played well. From my understanding, she's coming off the bench. Seattle fans, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that she should be in the starting lineup? I'm hearing talks of that, but I do not watch them every single game because I'm not putting myself through that. No shade. And so yeah, I thought she played well, just able to get some buckets to go against some really good players as well, able to make a difference, I felt, offensively, defensively. So I enjoyed watching her play, and she's really making a difference off the bench, and she's doing exactly what she's what you expect for a second pick in the draft to do. So I thought she played well today. Enjoyable to watch. We continue on to Skylar Diggins today. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 38.9% field goal percentage, 7 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 6 from the 3, 1 turnover, and 47.2% true shooting percentage. So she had some good plays today. She had this reverse layup, which I thought that was a tough shot to get to go in. She made some threes today. She had some good shots. Some of her shot selection today was not my favorite. I will say those things. But this is a solid stat line. It's just not efficient from the floor. And that last possession, not the best possession, but for the most part, I thought she played well. And then Gabby Williams, she finishes with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 40% field goal percentage, 2 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 3 from the 3, and 50% for shooting. No shade. I forgot Gabby Williams was playing today. I'm not even going to lie. I do like Gabby Williams because, like I said, my mutuals put me onto the Gabby Williams experience. I think maybe because of the addition to Brittany Sykes, she probably doesn't have to do as much. You know what I'm saying? Probably doesn't have to take as many shots as she necessarily took before. She's always going to get the steals. That's just what Gabby Williams does. So, not great. Hopefully the next game is better, but I like Gabby Williams. I do. We continue on to everybody else. So we see Erica Willer, 24 minutes, 5 points. I think I can't see the rest. Erica Willer on some of these possessions, the shot selection isn't my favorite. Sometimes you just got to kick out the ball more. But she has some good plays, but still, like I said, like, I don't think, is she in the starting lineup? I don't remember what the starting lineup was, but just some of the plays that she has, it's just not my favorite. But only 5 points in 24 minutes, like, we got to give it up. And considering on Ezi McMagor, 15 minutes, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 20% from the floor. Please let me know what you guys think of her down below in the comments. I'm reading varying things. Do you guys like her as a player? Do you not? I would love to know. Mitchell, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Lexi Brown did not play. Holmes didn't play, and she's out, as we know. So why do I think that the Seattle Storm lost this game? Well, I just think after the momentum shifted in the first quarter, it was really the Sparks game to lose, if that makes sense, you know? I just think that the Sparks were just consistently able to make more plays. Even at times where they cut it close and everything, you kind of just knew that the Sparks were going to find another way to make a bucket to get the easy pass. So many times you see Kelsey Plum at the rim, you see somebody else at the rim making that pass, getting the assist, seeing the pick and roll, see them get buckets in transition, just being able to score in a variety of ways and, you know, feeding the hot hand, just doing what you need to do. So I just think that there was that, like I said, that foul, I think that Sykes had, that was definitely something. That steal that Julie Allman had at the end, they just had like one more play. Every single time they had something, they were pretty much able to counter back. There was even a point where I think that Seattle was leading by 5, and the Sparks kept finding a way to come back. So you have those things. Obviously, the defense was not good enough today. Like I said, I don't like the Sparks defense, but Seattle, like, people talk like they're one of the best defensive teams in the league. And when you're giving up 94 points in a basketball game, that's not good defense, objectively. You know, you just have to do more, and part of that is the Sparks just making great shots, but you have to do better with the spacing and contesting the threes and just all those other things, just having the defensive pressure and some of the stuff, because there was lapses in defensive assignments. I noticed throughout the game as well, probably some of the rotations and some other decisions that I've talked about throughout this game, but Sparks just had a little bit more tonight. They had a little bit more tonight. Seattle Storm basketball, this was actually a good experience for me. Generally, I don't enjoy watching the Storm. I watched that one game this year when they went brick for brick. I don't remember who they played. They went brick for brick with somebody. And then the game that they were playing against the Aces, what is it called? I watched the first half of it and I turned that shit off. And I typically don't do that. That's one of the worst games I watch. And I was so bored. Apparently the second half it got better. I was not about to turn that shit back on because I thought, oh, I'm going to have to review this. And I just did not feel like, bro, that was such a boring game. But, you know, I think in this game you have Sykes and you have Malonga able to make meaningful contributions. Everyone able to do something. So I like that it was a good back and forth. But I think that those things are why they do not win the game. And like people said, the Storms, like, they're kind of inconsistent. They'll have one game I see where I'm like, oh, they look really good, and then they have another game where it's brick for brick for brick. So I don't know, just want to see offense like this from them consistently. We'll see what she does with her rotations and minutes. I mean, you guys will see, because I'm not watching, no shade, unless it's a good matchup. Maybe if they do this matchup again, I will watch it. I heard the first matchup was good. I saw the overtime. I did not watch the full game. I'm more so watching the Sparks at the moment. But, yeah, I hear the varying things. The three-point shooting, you know, they have to get a shooter. How good is Brittany Sykes from the three? I don't know. They got to make some changes. Let me know what you guys think of Noelle Quinn as a coach, because I hear varying things and we can talk about that. But I thought that this was a good game. You know, honestly, in the beginning, you know, the Sparks kind of sold, so it wasn't fun. But once they got into it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a game. And it was. But let me know what you think below.